Hi all, this is a video of a video. I'm going to have a link to the entire video, but this segment has to do with building more, increasing supply, and how it relates, or in this case doesn't relate, to reducing rents and costs. So here we go.
Affordable house. So the new housing is being replaced by a lot of high density units, not exclusively, but to some degree, and is actually making Newton less affordable for the vast majority of people who live here or might want to live here. And the new people moving in tend to be wealthier than the people who they're replacing. So we're being told we have to accept high density to increase housing affordability, and at the same time, this new construction is really making housing less affordable. So my question is, what you've alluded to, what's the experience been in Ballard, and what are developers and politicians telling people in Ballard and Seattle about affordable housing?
Well, as we've said several times here, building more doesn't make stuff cheaper, and the evidence is, and has not been contrary anywhere, is that when you build denser, it does not make housing less expensive. As you know, land costs really are a big part of development, but then there's also the cost per square foot. So if you have cheap land and you build a single-story house, that's probably your cheapest form of housing you can produce. Once you start putting in more intense land use, more intense housing on that, the land value is going to go up. So people are going to have to pay more to be able to build that. And then when you build the higher density housing, there are far more costs associated with that, because you have to build stronger foundations, you have to bring in cranes to lift materials up to higher levels, and so on. So the net effect on a per square foot basis is a higher cost.
I think what you might have been alluding to in your question is that there is a real dominant narrative put out there by developers that building more will just innately bring the cost down, and we hear all the time on social media and in blogs about development and density. It's just Econ 101. Build more and the cost will come down. But what they don't tell you is that in Econ 102, they tell you that there are exceptions to the rules of supply and demand, and housing happens to be one of them. So, but it is shocking how dominant this narrative is, that if you build more, the price will come down no matter what. And that just has not borne out at all in what we've seen in Seattle. The neighborhoods with the most density have had the highest rate of increases.
Yep, thank you.
So there you have it. Again, this is a video of a video. I will have the link in this. It is from 2017, which seems impossible, but yes, it is. And the future for what's going on in Texas, I think we can learn a lot from what's already happened in places like Seattle. And you'll understand more about this. I'm going to do another video series on this, or like a subset of a series. But again, this is comparing what's gone on in Seattle to a neighborhood outside of Boston. All right, this is Lee. Thanks for watching.